What is going on, guys? Wouldn't you know I'm back? It's me here again with number... Hold up, getting situated with number 3 on my top 15 PS2 list. This game that I'm doing here today is Sly 2, Band of Thieves. It was part of the Sly Cooper series, and it was developed by Sucker Punch, released in 2004 for the PlayStation 2. It is a platform and stealth game. And the whole reason I chose this game is because, oh my god, is it so good. Oh. Okay, that's enough of being weird, but it is such a good game because it is such a big upgrade from the first game to the second game. And don't get me wrong, the first game is still phenomenal, and the third game, oh my god, the third game. And apparently there's a fourth game released on the PS3 that I never played, but Sly 2 is of course my favorite because I just have so much nostalgia feeding into this game. I remember my older brother playing it. I remember us playing it together. I remember playing it by myself. And do I remember the worlds? If you guys have played this game, you would know the worlds. So the whole point of the Sly Cooper game is there's this storyline, and you have to go to each world to fight each boss at the end of the world to achieve something. In the first game, it is to get a part of the Theves raccoons. And the third game, it is to get a crew member for your Sly gang. And the second game, it is to get a piece of the Clockwork parts. And if you guys don't know who Clockwork is, Clockwork was the main villain in the first game, who you think you defeat, but he gets destroyed. And something called the Claw Gang, people from something called the Claw Gang collect his parts, and if they put it back together, Clockwork can be reborn, so it's a threat. So at the beginning of the game, you're going to steal the parts, and you realize, hey, they're already gone, and you figure out, boom, it was the Claw Gang that did it. So you have to journey through each world, and each world has a different setting. The first world is the nighttime at Paris, and the second world is some Indian place, and let's just say the last world is on a giant flying blimp. This game has so many different things. It's just absolutely phenomenal, and you have to handle each world differently and each boss differently. And just like any normal game, as you progress through the worlds, the game gets harder and harder. But what do you have to do in this game, you ask? Well, there's 3 main characters. There's the Bentley the Turtle, who is the brains, Murray the Hippo, who is the bronze, and Sly the Raccoon, who is the stealth. And you have to go around these overworld and get to these big markers in the shape of your face, and these are your missions. And at the beginning of each mission, you are told what to do, how you have to do it, and go do it. And you might be like, hey, that sounds really repetitive or this and that, but there's a lot of different missions. There's missions where you have to hop on the back of elephants and knock the jewels off their headdresses to make a saw. There's also one where you have to walk a dynamite TNT barrel from one end of the map all the way to the other without being spotted. And how do you do that, but you ask? You just stay still in the barrel. Stealth game, you know. Stealth tips 101, just stay still in the barrel. They don't look at you, but nevertheless, you walk it from one end of the map over to the other, and bam, you have to hop out and blow it up. And you have to do it 3 times. Anyway, the game has a lot of nostalgia to me, especially going through all the worlds and having to face the final boss, Clockla. And you're like, huh, you mentioned Clockwork. What about Clockla? Somebody takes control of Clockwork's body, and her name is Neela, and bam, you had to fight Clockla. And then at the end of the game, there's a big thing that happens to Bentley. I'm not going to spoil that because, hey, go play the game yourself. It's that great of a game. It was remastered on PS3, extremely good classic of the PS2, and what I just rambled about is why it makes my number 3 spot on my top 15 PS2 list. So thanks for listening, guys. Go pick it up. If you guys don't, I'll murder you. No, I won't. That was a lie. But I'll be highly disappointed in you because it's such a great game. Be sure to check out some of my other video content. Like it. If you enjoyed it, perhaps subscribe or share it with a friend. Do whatever you want. I won't care. Anyway, thanks for listening in, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.